Hello, welcome. This is Leo Bray on behalf of Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center in Palm Springs. You can visit us online at urbanyoga.org or Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center on Facebook to check out our schedule. We have classes daily on Zoom and several days a week in person, outdoors, at a distance. Bring your mask. If you're local, we're at Ruth Hardy Park now Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday mornings. Different teachers, 8:15 every day but Sunday, Sunday 9:45. And also when you visit us online, there's a tip jar where you can make contributions to support classes that we're offering. And this morning for our 8:15 class, no one logged in to join me. So what we do then is make one of these shorter videos because students who use our videos on YouTube have expressed a desire for some shorter ones when they go to YouTube looking for some yoga and they don't have an hour to give to practice at that time. So this will be one of our shorter offerings. I'm going to talk about grounding today. Get started similar to the way we usually do. Find a comfortable seated or kneeling position. Put your hands wherever it's comfortable for you. If you want, close your eyes and just feel into the contact with what you're sitting on. And maybe you're not sitting right on the floor as I am. You could sit on some blocks, a block or two. You could sit on your meditation cushion, a folded blanket, a bolster. If you like to elevate your seat, as we sometimes do. Finding your comfortable stillness, focus on your breathing, letting it slow down and get deeper. Taking in the movements of your breathing, the expansion of the inhale, the contraction of the exhale, rising and rooting. So this lengthening up that happens when we breathe in is tied to the rooting down. This is the dynamic of the breathing, the up and down action of expanding and contracting. So when you breathe in, think of the crown of your head reaching out towards the ceiling. When you breathe out, feel that grounding, rooting down in your seat. So each time your lungs fill, your rib cage expands, your spine telescopes upwards. You actually get a little taller as you breathe in and a little shorter as you breathe out. And as always, next, just scan your body and notice whatever other sensations are going on for you right now. Especially noting anything that doesn't feel so good, stiffness or soreness, or whatever you have going on, so that you can keep it in mind as you practice and take care of yourself by modifying or skipping whatever you might need to. And to tune more into grounding, now we'll move our hands. We'll use a mudra. A mudra is a hand position. So this mudra is extending the first two fingers of each hand, the index finger and middle finger, and placing those fingertips on the floor. It's called the Bhu Mudra, B-H-U. And this is for grounding. So just feel that grounding contact and vary it how you like. Maybe your fingertips are resting lightly, or maybe you're pressing into them more. What feels more grounding to you? What feels right in your body? And there's a mantra. A mantra is a phrase, a word that we repeat. There's a mantra to go with the Bhu Mudra, a grounding mantra. And it goes like this: my energetic roots run deep into the living earth. And as with any time we use a mantra, you're welcome to rephrase it, shorten it, change the wording. Sometimes Someone shares a mantra with you, and when you say it, it just doesn't feel right in your mind or in your mouth, or doesn't resonate in your heart with the wording that was given to you, you can make it your own. So, however you want to word it, repeat the mantra a few times. You might just say it silently to yourself, or maybe you say it out loud as I'm going to do. My energetic roots run deep into the living earth. My energetic roots run deep into the living earth. Energetic roots run deep into the living earth. My energetic roots run deep into the living earth. Now let's just take 3 deep cleansing breaths here. Bring your hands out to the sides, arms extended, fingertips resting on the floor. Inhale, lift your left arm up alongside your ear. Exhale, reach to the right. Now, as you tip to your right, lean into your right hand and try not to lift the left side of your seat, the left cheek, off the ground. Feel for length from your left hip up through your left fingertips, but stay grounded. So now we're grounded in this right hand in both sides of the seat, and whatever part of your feet and legs are on the floor in your seated position. So we can focus on grounding in any posture. Sometimes we get into more challenging practices and there are fewer things on the ground, but there's always something. I'm not going to levitate. Inhale, come upright. Exhale, we'll come into a twist. Bring the left hand to the floor behind you, just the fingertips. Right hand to your left leg. Now press into those fingertips. Inhale, and lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, invite your body to twist some more. So pressing into those fingertips as you breathe in helps with that lengthening upward. Helps your spine grow longer on each inhale. Assisting the spine and the rib cage with that telescoping. Let yourself unwind, come back to center. Inhale, raise your right arm up alongside your ear. Exhale, reach to your left, ground into the left hand. Keep the right cheek on the floor. And let your head be wherever your neck is comfortable. Breathing length into your right side. Inhale, bring yourself upright. As you exhale, come into that other twist. Press into the floor with your right hand. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, invite your body to twist some more. We're just exploring how much twist feels sufficient. We don't have to go as far as we possibly can. And figuratively, knowing that we don't have to go as far as we possibly can is another way to ground ourselves. Rein it in, because we tend to extremes, right? In this society, everything tends to be heading towards bigger, better, faster, more. Let's dial back from that. How about enough? Let yourself unwind and come back to center. Rest your hands on the floor in front of you and walk them forward as far as you can, whatever that means, wherever that is. And let your neck disengage, let your head hang down. Breathe into your lower back. So really engaging in the arms. You could even keep sort of walking the hands forward. I say sort of because maybe they don't move, but they keep trying to reach a little further. Staying grounded in both sides of your seat still. And the additional grounding contact with your hands. The traction in your arms, helping the back lengthen, helping get some release in the back. Forward folds are great for depression. And it is still winter, even here in Palm Springs. Rainy this morning, unusual for us. Everyone gets a bit of what they call seasonal affective disorder. The shorter days can lead to some, maybe just low-grade depression for some. Forward folds can help a bit with any kind of depression. It's not a cure, it's a tool we have to help alleviate it. Inhale and walk your hands back in towards you. Sit yourself up. Rest your hands on your knees or your thighs. Inhale to bring your heart forward, let your head tip back. Exhale, bring your heart back, let your head tip forward. And just follow your breath a few more times. So you're rocking on your seat here. If you're sitting up on something, maybe this is the point where you set that aside and sit on the floor. Sometimes what we choose to sit up on doesn't work well for some movements. So you stay grounded, but you go from the sacrum almost touching down on the floor there, on the back part of the movement, rocking forward to the lower edges of the cheeks as we bring the heart forward. That's a bit of a massage for your seat, as we do seated cow and cat movements. And let's bring a circular aspect to this movement. So on the forward motion, go to one side, and on the back, go to the other. So still leading with the heart. Now try to keep both those cheeks on the ground, both sitting bones in contact with the floor. We don't want to tip over. It's not far to fall, but focusing on grounding. And take some circles in the other direction. So this reining in this circular movement to the degree that keeps the seat grounded, well, that takes some engagement in the sides of the body, the obliques. We tend sometimes when we talk about strengthening our core to focus on the abdominals on the front and center. Your core is the whole girdle all the way around. It's not just your abdominals, it's the muscles on the sides and the muscles in back. Think of your core as a big wide belt. And when you finish the next circle, sit up again. And it's morning here and it's chilly and necks are stiff in the morning. So we'll make some circles for our neck now. I like to rest my hands on the floor when I do this to make sure my shoulders disengage. Let your chin come down towards your chest. And really take your time to roll your ear towards your shoulder. Look up at the ceiling. and the other ear towards the other shoulder. And sometimes the slowing down is the toughest part. Make sure you stay grounded in both sides of your seat here. Sometimes, instead of moving the ear towards the shoulder, we lift the shoulder towards the ear. And we start to make a bigger movement where we can lose our grounding. So let the arms kind of hang. That's why I move my hands. Let my arms be slack and let my head do the moving. If you find a spot, any spots that are particularly tight, you might pause and rock back and forth at your tight spots. Make some circles in the other direction. Maybe you feel the weight shift a bit with the movement of the head. Feel more grounded in one side of your seat, and then more in the other on the other half of the circle. And lift your chin. And as I said at the start, this will be a shorter segment. So sometimes you just do the warming up portion of a practice. Sometimes I'll do the warming up portion and the cooling down portion and not have the middle portion. I'll add one more thing here before we're wrapping up this short video to keep it short. We're at 20 minutes here. Uh, an alternate for Shavasana, corpse pose. I'm going to come over here by my, I'm going to say wall. It's a closet door, but we'll pretend it's the wall. So sometimes instead of lying flat on the ground stretched out, it's nice to conclude practice with a supported inversion. So you bring one hip next to the wall, and then you like gently tip and spin so that your legs are up on the wall. Now some people like to do this with a prop under them, a bolster, a rolled mat, folded blanket, or a block. I'm just doing it flat today. I find the contact of the lower back to be really a reassuring grounding energy for me. And this also lets your legs and your feet drain as you come to rest. Sometimes lying flat in corpse pose doesn't feel good in your lower back. So this takes pressure off your lower back. I can actually feel my sacrum pressing to the floor. I have my seat right against the wall. Then you don't have to have your seat right against the wall to have your legs up. Maybe you're a little further from the wall. And your legs can be in different shapes here. Maybe they're just like that pointing up. Maybe you plant the soles of your feet on the wall. Now there's some real grounding in the sacrum, some little engagement in the legs, but by focusing, I can let them rest. You might bring the soles of your feet together like this. That changes the contact with the ground. You might have your legs up on the wall, but further apart. And your hands can rest on the ground. Maybe that feels grounding, or maybe resting your hands on your body feels grounding. The weight of your hands pressing downward gently on your body. Not engaging, just letting them rest there. So as I usually say, when doing a longer class, you can conclude practice in any posture where you can be comfortably still. So that's a nice variation. I like legs up the wall. May you stay grounded throughout your day, whatever the day holds for you, whatever it throws at you. Grounding is important, and we can be grounded not just when we're on our mats, but in the other 23 or so hours of the day. Something is always on the ground. Focus on it, tune into that energy. It can help you slow down your mind, your heart, your breathing, We can help de-stress. Self-regulation, folks, is really an essential tool in our toolbox. Being able to change how we feel by first by being aware of it, and second by having some things to do, some changes that we can make for ourselves. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.